and welcome to the end of a huge year for Xbox On. It feels like it has flown by, but so much has happened in 2019 that it might be easy to forget. So here's our month-by-month guide to the biggest news of the year. 2019 started off strong with the release of one of the year's very best games on the 25th of January, Capcom's big remake of Resident Evil 2. Whether you were around for it the first time or have never played a Resi game before, this remake was a perfect jumping on point. It's built from the ground up in the RE engine, and the game has been totally reimagined in the process, meaning even if you're familiar with every window-smashing zombie in the original, there'll be something new to make you jump. And speaking of surprises, February had one of the biggest of the year with the announcement of Apex Legends. We knew Respawn were working on Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, but we didn't expect them to release an entire second game in 2019, especially not a free-to-play battle royale set in the Titanfall universe with a touch of Overwatch in its roster of Legends hero characters with unique abilities. The game was announced literally minutes before it arrived on consoles and was instantly a smash hit, passing 1 million players in under 8 hours. It's no wonder we lost Benny that entire afternoon. March set us up for the end of the year with some big, massive announcements. This was the first time we found out the Master Chief Collection was coming to PC and that it would be starting with Halo Reach, and all of it on Xbox Game Pass to boot. Here in December, obviously, we're still sat playing Reach in amazing 4K and just taking it a little bit for granted, but back in the distant mists of March, it was an excellent surprise. From there, on to April, a big month for fans of disc-free gaming with the announcement of the Xbox One S all-digital console and, best of all, Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. It's still got to be the best deal in gaming, a subscription package that bundles up the Xbox Game Pass library of more than 100 console games with Xbox Live Gold membership. And we didn't know it at the time, but by the time the service had launched, it had added Xbox Game Pass for PC to that list with another ton of games to dive into. It's a bargain that has just kept snowballing over the course of the year, but we'll get to that in a few months' time. 17th of May marked the 10-year anniversary of Minecraft's earliest release as an alpha PC version that not shared on an online message board. And the game celebrated its 10th birthday, as we all do, with cake, balloons, and the announcement of a brand new mobile game. Minecraft Earth is an augmented reality game that lets you build on top of the real world and explore creation at life size. In June, the entire gaming industry made its yearly pilgrimage to a convention center in LA. Yep, it was E3 time, and Xbox blew the roof off with its briefing. This was the first time we heard about Xbox Game Pass for PC, the Elite Controller Series 2, and our first taste of the new console known as Project Scarlet. At least, that's what we were calling it back then anyway. The E3 briefing came complete with the first look at a load of new games, from Ninja Theory's Hero Battler Bleeding Edge to Rare's Battletoads Revival, and the surprise launch of the LEGO Speed Champions expansion for Forza Horizon 4. Plus, there was that amazing teaser trailer for Halo Infinite, the news that Double Fine had joined Xbox Game Studios, and maybe a breathtaking cameo from a certain movie star.
You're breathtaking!
Jumping ahead to July, the biggest event of the month was the Fortnite World Cup Finals. The tournament brought together the world's top 100 players and the 50 best duo teams, all comprising for a $30 million prize pool. Over 2 million viewers tuned in to watch the finals, with the top prizes going to Booga and duo Nerox and Aqua. But earning a special place in our hearts was 15-year-old UK player Wolfies. Not only is he a Brit, but Wolfies took second place in the duos competition, that's right, using an Xbox controller. It's more fuel on the age-old debate about controllers versus keyboard and mouse players, and proof, as if we needed it, of which controller is the best out there. August was the month Ninja announced his move to Mixer, but for us all, it was all about Gamescom. The Xbox On team headed over to Cologne for Europe's biggest gaming event and host a little event called Inside Xbox. Now, my personal favourites outside Inside Xbox was actually getting a chance to play Blair Witch. It was horrifying. And I had the chance to go check out the Xbox stage as well, which was incredibly accessible this year, with wheelchair ramps, Xbox adaptive controllers on almost every game, and if you needed it, sign language interpreters as well. During the event, we got our first look at Gears 5 Horde mode, and a couple of brand new limited editions controllers, and some big hitters for Xbox Game Pass. The show floor was also a great opportunity for some hands-on time with everything from Gears to Minecraft Dungeons. In September, the first invitations for the Project xCloud preview started going out too, giving people their first taste of Xbox game streaming. But the biggest news has to be the arrival of Gears 5. It's a huge game with a combination of campaign, horde, versus, and escape. still keeping many of us busy months later. But it was an even bigger moment for Xbox Game Pass because Gears 5 was available to subscribers first, 4 days before the rest of the world. And speaking of huge games coming to Xbox Game Pass, October saw the arrival of The Outer Worlds, Obsidian's huge sci-fi RPG. It was just one of the many massive releases during the month, along with Call of Duty Modern Warfare and Destiny 2's massive Shadowkeep update and free-to-play New Light Edition. But the single biggest moment wasn't a new release, it was an ending. In the middle of October, Fortnite's entire map got sucked into a black hole, and all the servers went offline, and then a few days later, it finally popped back into existence as Chapter 2, introducing a brand new map for battling royales on. November put the Elite Series 2 controller in our hands, but it was also the month of another huge event, as XO19 came to London. Your favourite hosts were once again up on the stage for the biggest Inside Xbox broadcast ever. We saw Obsidian's new survival game Grounded, and Rare teased the next world they'll be teleporting us to, Everwild. The xCloud Previews game library was also expanded to 50 titles, and over 50 games were unveiled for Xbox Game Pass, including a nice big pile of Final Fantasy and Yakuza games. Which brings us to December and the end of the year. It can sometimes be a bit of a quiet month, but not this year. If the arrival of Halo Reach and the announcement of Resident Evil 3 weren't enough, there's this one little trailer at the Game Awards introducing something called, oh yeah, the Xbox Series X. Yes, we now know the name of the next Xbox console and what it looks like. Tall and handsome, just like me, I think you'd be saying. There's a lot to be excited about, from the new Hellblade sequel to 4 generations of backwards compatibility. For everything you need to know about the announcement, check out our dedicated video on the Xbox Series X. But now for some news a little bit closer to home. Our very own Leah has made the very difficult decision to leave the channel at the end of the year, so we just wanted to say a huge thank you for everything she's been a part of. She's been a massive part of building our Mixer channel, and we know she's going to do some really cool things in the future. So Leah, from everyone here, thank you so much. All in all, 2019 has been a pretty packed year for Xbox, and 2020 promises to be even bigger, what with the arrival of new console generation, Halo Infinite, and no doubt more surprises along the way. We'll be running down the things to look out for next year in our 2020 update special video, but if you're not subscribed to Xbox On already, get on with it. Make sure you do it so you don't miss out on anything. Smash that like button, have a great new year, and I'll see you again soon.